satyr.com.
What the fuck?
Huh?
So that way you can be a satyr for hire for dating. So you can like be that like.
Oh my gosh, that sounds perfect for you, Zach.
Family dinners and
Oh
stuff.
my god.
Satyr.
So
Okay, so
you're gonna be an escort.
Yep.
A satyr escort.
Satyr
You gotta have
escort.
hooves, man.
Jesus.
He'll get paid to be sarcastic.
And that is how we open our game, folks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excuse me, I'm just gonna be AFK from him. I gotta go bomb.
Me too. All right. So, welcome to the game. I do believe, Michelle, you need to level up.
Yes.
Get on our level, man. No, seriously, we kind of need you to level up. We need those spells.
How many times did you guys almost die last week?
We actually had the circus, so 5.
Hey. I don't know. You guys need new dice.
Actually, we had a pretty damn good day. We had, 2 of our performances crit.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was pretty good. I know mine crit, which added a bonuses to everyone else because, of course, I'm the starting act, and then frickin' can't remember who else. I think it was Felix who rolled a crit on one of his performances. Either that or Gaz, one of the two.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh, Gaz is okay. Haven't heard from them.
I do too. I'm gonna message them actually.
I did that. No response. But we shall see, I suppose. Oh God. Alright, where the hell? Sing me a song about it, Cleo. Just meow your heart out and express
You're lucky you distinguish between the rest of us and your cat, because I was gonna start yelling.
Didn't we have plans to start taking levels in Paladin?
That's a terrible idea. Oh wait, in Pathfinder? Pathfinder, it's champion, not paladin.
Tomato.
I mean, yeah.
Sorry.
Paladins are the lawful good ones.
Did you how many levels or feats did you take in the what did you take, Bastion or
prestige class, whatever?
Right.
Something.
You have to you have to take at least 3 feats in that archetype that you already took before you can take another archetype.
That's right. Just try to hit my 3rd one.
By the way, Zach, can you give me a second focus point? Because I took a focus spell feat that gave me another one, but I can only put it's 2 out of 1 instead of like 2 out of 2.
No.
Bye. I mean, I can just keep track of it again.
Render onto us all the focus points.
I wrote notes that I need striking runes.
It's I should probably get those focus points, considering I have ADHD. I don't have a lot of those to begin with.
So you start already with a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Don't worry, maybe at 9th level you'll have 1 focus point. Until then, you're at 0. You need more feats. More, Riddlin.
More Riddlin.
Did we want to get this big tent upgrade?
Yes.
Okay. That is 30 gold. And that
Yes,
raises
that
our
was a pretty good upgrade as
ambition
far as I could recall.
to, let's see,
So much more space for activities.
Mm-hmm.
basically.
We got that Big Ten energy. Yeah.
I did not hear the N in that word.
50. Okay.
I've got a note to
Well-
remind everybody to make sure to ask Zach for maps at the beginning of every game.
So I open up
Yeah.
every game with maps that you guys are never going to set foot on. Maps
sharing
from
the map.
different campaigns.
Just start pulling out like Dora the Explorer maps.
There we go.
My Duolingo note.
Here. So 30
There's a map.
gold is. Yay, a tavern. Let's see. 212 minus 30. 182.
Random map attack from my Pathfinder Tavern map pack.
2.
Yeah, we must have been just like talking about the idea further down the line because I just have like Sentinel written down.
I remember we spoke of one, but you wound up going with another. Or you spoke of one, but then we found the other that you wound up going with.
Yeah.
Which, looking at your character, is that Sentinel
Oh,
dedication.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that would me in heavy armor, so.
Wait, why can I see the whole tavern?
Because it's a joke map. I
Oh,
put it
okay.
up so we can have a map at the beginning of the game, even though you're not going to use it.
Well, now we gotta use it.
Nope, never going to use it.
We're going for stew! But what stew are we referring to?
So let's see.
So whatever my master plan was for how I was directing my character, I don't know. I guess I'm just power level and cleric. I'm going for that white armor!
Yep.
Let's see.
It's
That's
not a
what you gotta
bad
do.
class to like not multi-class anyway. That's pretty good on its own. It gets pretty darn strong at the end. Some of your 8th and 9th level spells are just kind of dumb.
Or at least it was that way in 1E and 3.5.
did they? Oh, did they?
Who knows what
did
they
they?
changed in this? I've not gone through those spells.
That's true. I mean, that was. Hopefully they keep that spirit because kind of that's like to me one of the like curves or tropes of playing cleric. You're not really like you're strong, but you're more just kind of a. I'm gonna buff you and heal you, and I have very niche spells that'll handle very niche situations until I hit high level, and then fuck you all. I have the praise of my god.
Hey, at
type of
least
thing.
we progressed beyond Shillelagh. That used to be the only good spell other than heal.
That was druid. That was druid. Shillelagh was a druid spell.
Okay.
And
okay.
don't
All right.
don't even get me started on that, please, because I used to
So-
play druid in 2nd edition.
That's all very great. With this campaign, we will hopefully
Wait a second.
see it through to level 20, so we'll get first-hand experience. I mean, theoretically, at any rate.
What, we're not just gonna open a chest and it's just gonna play magical music and then we're just gonna magically level up 2 levels?
No.
Is that? I get the feeling that's a reference to something Zach has already done.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
So, can we get the sideshow and spotlight upgrades as well? Everyone agreed on that?
Yeah.
Wait, what upgrades? Why are they good?
So spotlight upgrade will give us a spotlight to actually use for our performances. Sideshow upgrade will allow us to run sideshows during the day before the performance,
Ooh.
which generates excitement.
I thought we had Gaz. That sideshow enough?
Not actually a sideshow.
I know. Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
That's another 60, and I'll add that here.
And then
Okay. And Virmala, let me know when you are finished.
I haven't done anything.
Oh, I thought you were leveling up. You were asking questions about your level. I thought you were leveling up.
Yes, and unfortunately, I'm still not skilled in the fashions of this whole thing.
Okay.
I go in, I guess just adding it to say 6.
So if you open up the tracker and you click on
Yes.
Add Level.
Okay.
Okay. So it automatically adds, the class hit points, the level of 1 class cleric. So, but now you get to choose your 3rd cleric feat and your 3rd skill feat. So you can open up either the class button that's in the middle of the tracker or the skill button that's in the middle of the tracker and pick one of those. We have Animozzi in the chat and Six Flags Magic Mountain. Welcome. We are kind of we're sort of in an in-between phase, kind of taking care of some business before we continue on with the adventure. And if the program is working correctly, it should show you feats you can take, though you may not meet the prerequisites, so you would want to make sure to check the prerequisites before accepting them.
Okay, I don't know. I think I'm messing it up. So we'll just wait for the game. Because I don't like doing this while everyone's waiting on me. It's very pressure filling.
I'm not gonna touch it, but there's a Pathfinder Extinction Curse video game?
No, there isn't.
Oh. Okay, because I'm looking at one of your freaking Pathfinder Extinction Curse things, and it shows a video game.
Probably because I'm just referencing Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous to kind of draw attention to the videos from the Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous crowds that might be looking it up on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It says you're not on Twitch, Zach.
Yeah.
I don't know why it did that. I was streaming, but apparently it stopped at some point.
I was wondering about that. I was about to say something.
Okay. Everything done? Everybody have everything they wanted to say?
I believe so.
I had one quick thing.
Ooh, I haven't seen this map yet.
What do you need, Michelle?
So when I had it open, you said something about on the class level pressing one of the buttons. I ended up pressing key ability, and it's like, here, boost one that you want to boost. So I selected strength, but now I'm wondering, I don't think I actually had that ability.
No, I totally get that. I will change your...
But I honestly don't see a difference in my strength score, so I don't know.
Well, your strength was originally 16 because we were going to bump it up to 18. Wait, no, I'm thinking something else. No, because we were gonna do.
Yeah, because
All
everything
right,
was.
so let's just leave it alone for now. I do see that there's a bunch of key ability selection window launched for Vermala. Key ability selected strength. So I think that was changed from something else. I can't remember what off the top of my head. I will go back and look at a video to find out. The buttons I was trying to inform you of are the ones that are in the middle of the tracker window. You know, where it says ANC for ancestry, GEN for general, skill, class, dedication.
Yeah.
That's where I wanted you to hit class.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where you'll find your class feats and your skill feats and your general feats and your ancestry feats and your dedication feats, I believe. So when we level up, we can work on that. Okay. So you had just finished a very successful show. And had a new recruit, told off those attempted saboteurs from the Celestial Menagerie, and yeah, everything was looking really, really good when some members of the Featherfall 5 came up, and of course I forgot to pull up the thing that tells me what their dang names are.
They have names?
Yes, they have names.
Huh. That's damn
Featherfall 1, Featherfall
Convenient.
2, Featherfall
People
3,
having names.
Featherfall 4, and Featherfall Mike. And we changed his name to 5 to cut down the confusion.
And they informed you that Sumesh, the youngest son, was missing. And that was a little cliffhanger that we left off on last session.
Oh, yeah.
Where was he last seen?
He was in his wagon.
Can I go do some tracking?
Okay. So arriving at the wagon that is shared by the two Kanbali sons, Zondi and Sumesh, you find no, it's empty. Bedding has been thrown on the ground, but other than that, it does not appear there's, at least initially, any signs of struggle. Anybody who would like to investigate, let me know what skill you are trying to roll and what you are trying to do with it.
I'm
Me
gonna
and
detect
Mr.
magic. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're up.
Oh, I was just gonna detect magic to see if there was any residual effects around the area. But
Okay.
I'll leave the tracking to the ranger, who's good at that sort of thing.
Just gonna look for any
Sometimes.
initial clues to who the abductors might be.
Okay, well, Felix, you mentioned you were using survival initially.
Yeah, me and Mr. Kitty are gonna search around outside the wagon, see if we can find any footprints that lead off.
Okay. It is a little difficult as there are. It is in the circus portion, the portion of the camp dedicated to the residents and whatnot. So there are footprints. There's also tracks from animals and all.
Is there a high vantage point nearby?
One moment. I will move on after I finish. However, you do not notice anything that seems to be going to or from this particular wagon that stands out to you. As far as a high vantage point, not quite, unless somebody were to there's like some trees at the edge of the camp that you might climb up, unless somebody can, get onto the big top itself. All right, so Felix, you're outside looking around for tracks. You're not really finding anything. Mike, looking for magic. You did not see anything of note.
Alrighty.
Tuck, your perception pulls up a couple things. One, there are some what appear to be scratch marks in the floor.
That's it?
Yeah. There is a.
Are we talking like deep scratch marks, shallow light, repetitive, recent?
They look fairly recent. They aren't terribly deep.
This is a wooden, like a wooden caravan wagon, right?
Mm-hmm. And judging from where they would have had to have begun, it looks like they're kind of angled from a chest of drawers towards the bed that essentially there's a kind of a bunk bed set up. There, it's not like a full-on, an actual bunk bed. It's more like there are two berths at the far end of the wagon that are shared by the two brothers.
Good blood, and it's fresh.
The youngest.
I look over towards where the scratches originate from the chest of drawers.
It's more like a chest, a trunk, like one of those old, one of those steamer trunks that one would put clothes into, but not as refined as a chest of drawers. But excellent for a wagon that wanders along very bumpy roads. Amid the bedding that had fallen
We'll
on the floor.
investigate that strong box. I gotta roll anything for that?
One moment. That's right. This is
Oh yeah, I forgot how to look up all the spells.
If you were wanting to look up druid spells, you would go to you would go under character. On the right hand side, you would open up the spells, and you can either, if you're just looking for primal spells, there should be a shortcut button at the top that does that. But if you're wanting to narrow down the search, you can do the drop down menus to look up either the level or the tradition or the school, and so on and so forth. So you do notice, as you approach the trunk, that kind of the bedding that had fallen onto the floor, there does seem to be a few scraps of random clothes that are kind of under the blankets.
Oh, definitely gonna be check out those scraps of clothes. See if there's anything going on there.
Okay. They look. They look clean. It's not like dirty laundry that might have been left on the floor. They look fairly clean. And you are looking in the trunk as well?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I gotta know.
So, within the trunk, opening it up, you find more clothing. Just a whole bunch of clothing. Kind of messily filling that trunk in bundles of cloth and chaos. Is anybody else doing anything?
Is anyone else gonna help me search for this trunk? Cause like, I feel like there might be something here, but like I'm just not seeing it for some reason.
I'll go ahead and look with the mama instincts.
Okay. Virmala, go ahead and give me a perception.
Totally.
Yeah, you don't notice anything other than it is a messy state for that clean laundry to be just all about in that chest, that trunk.
Let me give it a try. I can spare a
Oh,
couple
Jesus.
eyes. Nah, I can't.
Oh, you got better.
It's true, it is slightly better. Well, sorry, I guess the kid's gone.
Yeah, we'll never know what happened to him. Sad, really.
I bet you it's face.
Without finding anything like immediately around the wagon, I'm gonna go search the outside of the edge of the entire camp.
Okay. Give me a perception check, Felix.
How was this? How young is this boy? It just says youngest son. Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and hero point that. I feel like this might be important.
This kid is awesome at hide and seek.
There you go.
The parents.
We're gonna make him the.
The parents have informed you that he is 9 years old.
Oh yay.
Okay. So Felix, you do notice something of note that I will mention in just a moment. I have to pull something up.
You wouldn't need to if you wore a belt.
Hardy har har.
Oh, you.
It was clean.
He's already doing what a belt's supposed to
There's
do.
a lot of
He's
other-
holding
oh,
us
wait.
up.
Oh!
Damn.
Lose a hero point. I kid. All right. So, Felix.
Mhm.
You catch sight of something a little. You're about to head towards the edge of the camp. You've been encircling this wagon, investigating the ground, and you look up, and you see something odd. It almost looks like a bit of graffiti upon closer inspection, you notice it seems like it's a tiny burnt symbol.
Oh shit! It's Talos. Here we go again. That motherfucker is branching out.
Where am I seeing this?
It is in the wagon, below the partially open window.
Wait, how am I seeing inside the wagon if I'm searching outside?
It's on the outside of the wagon below the partially open window.
Okay. Poke my head inside. Hey, there's some symbols on the windowsill here.
I go around and I make a religion check. Only if I'm permissed.
Go right ahead.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Well, let me see if I can't top that. And I cannot.
I mean, you
Wow.
know, you hit the exact same odds.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
this is little.
yeah, that is.
I think he tops it in his own way.
Anyway, so you were racking your brain, and you almost immediately, you know, it's not a holy symbol of any kind, unless it is truly obscure. Nor do you think it belongs to any symbols that belong to devils or any major devils or demons.
That's good.
But it almost has the impression of a it almost gives you the impression of the seal from like a signet ring. It's not like there's no wax or anything like there, but it gives that something on the edge of your brain knows that it's a kind of a calling of a calling card, kind of the equivalent of it's definitely representative of something, but nothing in the realms of religion that you are aware of.
Ooh,
I'm
So
gonna look
we're-
at it and do a society
From our-
check.
Okay, too many people talking.
or not enough. Well, after
Cinder,
he's done with his society.
all right. Well, Cinder, you look into try and think about any nobles or whatnot that you can think of, or even thieves guilds or anything, and you can't quite grasp it either.
Dang. Huh.
Mm.
That was a good roll for a +2.
Yeah. Mike, you were going to say something?
I want to try occultism. That
Okay.
covers ancient philosophies, esoteric lore, obscure mysticism, and supernatural creatures. So maybe it might hit the mark. Maybe it might hit the mark.
Buck, on the other hand, will ponder if it has anything to do with fertilizer using his lore farming.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Mike. Just the style of the symbol, and as you look at it, like it looks like a few lines and circles, and then you kind of, cock your head a bit. Looks almost like a top hat.
The Society of clowns. Finally
but
struck.
but from what you can tell of the styling, your guess is it is representative of likely a creature of the Fae.
Uh-oh. Maybe a red cap.
They wear caps, not top hats.
Well, but a red cap
A red
would be
cap.
definitely fake.
That's a common misperception of red caps. Tell you the truth, they like all different styles of hats. What matters is that they dip it in the blood of their victims.
Right.
But yeah, that's I think that's some kind of Fae thing. Which is kind of bad. You know, since hags are technically Fae in this setting. Hopefully.
I believe if I did look up hags, they are fiends, but it is believed they were originally Fae.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of 5th edition.
It is 5th edition where they're Fae.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had this conversation.
Huh.
So they
Fae,
do have
huh?
Fae ties in Pathfinder, but they're not as exclusively Fae as they are depicted in, say, 5th edition.
Oh yeah, they're
Oh.
pretty liberal with their weirdness, sort of polyamorous.
So,
One day they're Fae, next day they're fiends, next day they're Republicans.
They're
Next day, they're
Republicans every day.
separatists.
Oh God! All right.
is there any way I can track this Fae signature, or
Not unless you
Is it
have
something- detect magic kind of thing?
No, it's no. While there isn't, I will say, while there isn't an aura, Mike, does you do touch on something there, David. Mike, there is a faint bit of magic about it. No particular school.
So the symbol itself might have been made by magic?
Yes.
Ah. Yeah, whatever made this made it with magic. Smells weird. But why would they want to do that? Less.
Oh, okay, I see. I know what happened. Sorry. Virmala?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Weird.
Give me a... I'm just going to make it a raw wisdom check.
Okay.
And technically add 1 because I do believe it was your wisdom that was 18 and your strength was 16. Because wisdom was supposed to be your primary stat. So that is a 17. I will shoot you a message that may or may not be too vague, but we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Is there any way that my cats can track this signal by smell?
The signal, the symbol, probably not. They might have Oh, that was actually meant to be. Oh well. They might be able to use survival to track the boys' scent.
Oh, we're trying to. So there's nothing
Zach,
there.
I think you sent that to the wrong group.
I did. I apologize, Felix. I thought you were looking for tracks earlier, and so that is what I was
Oops.
sticking to.
Sorry. The first one was supposed to be Mr. Kitty.
Mr. Kitty.
Let's see. There we go.
So Mr. Kitty sniffs from, kind of sniffs around the bed, sniffs at the floor, and kind of pauses in the middle of the wagon before pawing at the trunk of clothes.
One emptied the chest.
The mother nearby.
So, I did not hear anything that either of you said. I think you kind of interrupted each other and then broke off.
Has no one emptied the chest yet?
Yeah, I went through it and I just found clothes.
Yeah, but has anyone
for
emptied it?
It was moved for some reason, but I can't tell why.
Alright, can we empty the chest? Make sure there's nothing in here.
I mean,
Okay.
go for it.
Virmala, you find Delby and Ihab outside. They are standing around nervously as you all are investigating the area. The older children have been sent off to do chores. Come on. What is with you, cat?
It is with you, human.
Okay, touche.
That is a very good counter question. Okay. So, David, you pull out the clothes and take a look inside the chest.
Yep.
Okay. Perception.
Oh, that's terrible.
Okay. So with the clothes out and looking around inside, it's empty, but you are noticing something else that is rather odd. Tuck had shown you the claw marks on the floor, but you see scratch marks on the inside of the chest that also look fairly recent, but they are much smaller.
What the hell? Alright, can we track this scent outside the
Where are
wagon?
those?
And Michelle, you were talking to the mother. What were you wanting to ask her?
I wanted to know, are there any particular clothes of his that are missing?
she kind of looks at the scattered clothes on the ground and shakes her head. She, no, I don't know how he manages to make a mess of everything. I always fold these clothes before I put them in the chest.
Hey, at least they were in the. Where are the other children? I know that you said that you sent them away to have their chores, but sometimes kids can play and kind of get out of hand. I'd like to ask them some questions.
Okay. Okay. So she leads you off to where the other two children, the middle son Zondi and Kanbali, the eldest daughter, they are going over the nets and testing the trapeze ropes, making sure everything is in order. Nothing was jostled loose during any of their recent trainings.
I call out. If you could for just a moment, when you get a moment to drop that stuff down, I'd like to ask you some questions.
They look at each other, look at their mother who has followed you, and shrug and set down the nets and ropes and approach you. Well, what would you like to know?
We're trying to help look for your brother, and we've noticed some unusual signs of some what could be easily a too rough of play. Now, I've been around the circus for some years now, had all sorts of different family types around, and I've watched you guys over the years too. At any point recently, have you decided to jokingly stuff your brother into his clothes?
They look a little confused and shake their head. Oh, no. Though it's a little odd you should mention that. He's been really sorry, scared of that chest recently. Keeps trying to get me to let him take my place at the top bunk.
Huh.
Oh shit, mimic chest.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. This isn't good.
So, how long ago did this kind of start? Did that start like in the last week? Has it been going on for a couple of months? How long has it been going on?
Oh, well, ever since we got camp set up. So, like the last week.
Okay. All right, kids. If you think of anything, come find us. We're gonna see if we can find them pretty quick, but you guys might have seen something that you're not quite remembering, but what you've shared has been very helpful, so thank you.
You're welcome.
So I look at the mother and I go, when we first got set up, did he go off and play in the woods by himself at all?
No. He's just been either practicing or playing around the campsite.
And have there been any uncomfortable people?
Not that I can remember, no.
Okay. All right, so I head us back and I go, all right, guys, so we know that we've got this little symbol outside of the window here, but his siblings were saying that he's been afraid of stuff underneath the bottom bunk, particularly the chest. He's been trying to get the top bunk now for last week. The kids say they didn't stuff. That's what it sounds like to me. Something about the chest, something about the stuff underneath the bed. Well, is there like a trap door? And I look under the bed, looking for like some kind of a way in and out of the wagon under the bed.
The small area under the bed, it appears to be a lot of storage, a box of toys. It seems if his clothes are in the chest, there's another box full of their performance leotards and one of bedding. Not pulling them out, you do not see any sort of trapdoor.
I think we may be dealing with a boogeyman.
We might be.
Oh, it's starting to make
Kids
a lot
are really
of sense.
perceptive.
Well, from what I remember, my former mistress telling me, these things like to attach themselves to the smaller, weaker children and drum up fear. You know, rather than just like going in and snatching them, they'll do things like creep around. But if they're scared of the chest, well, a chest is the closest thing they have to a closet in the circus, and those things are capable of traveling through closets.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, this is Michelle asking. We just entered into this area when we got here. We're tasked with clearing this out to establish it. And so we just kind of like moved on to almost kind of like
You were originally tasked with clearing out the area of danger. You went through and cleared it out as best you know. It took about a week from arriving to get the entire camp set up again. But I do apologize. What was the question?
I was just making sure that the where our cabins or our wagons are right now, that's all land that we got told, like, yeah, go ahead, if you can clean it up, that's what you can have. That's what I'm remembering correctly, right?
Yep.
Okay. I think that we
they'll give you the
might have a local.
You're breaking up
What
there,
was that?
Michelle.
Yeah.
I can't
just
hear
gonna
much
type
of what
thing.
Michelle says.
How the heck do we track a boogeyman?
Well, trying to track anything Fey is going to be difficult. Those things are slippery little bastards. I envy them. Wish I could move around like they did. Oh, just imagine all the things I could do.
Felix shudders.
I'm declining that mental offering. Mhm.
You guys are no fun.
Virmala voiced the question that kept getting cut off in the chat in Fantasy Grounds.
Doesn't like us. Well, I mean, that's true. It seems to be a
The
common
whole
theme
circus
we've
that's
been
against
dealing
us.
with. Well, I mean, there's the circus. There's you know, those idiots over there. Yeah, but remember the first area we were in had the whole, the druids weren't liking the town being there, and now we're dealing with this.
You think it's related?
Maybe, but then again, it might not be. I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, if it's a fae, all it takes is like someone being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, like walking in a mushroom circle or something like that, and the next thing you know, there's a fae problem. I mean,
Levi,
for all we know, it could just be bugbears.
Yep.
give me a society check.
Second, I can definitely do that. I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, I'll hero point that. I have. Spend like 2 hero points to get like a 13.
Just, I would say don't spend any hero points. This was more a kind of a throwaway, just in case thing. More of like an potential thought that may have popped into your head. So don't worry about it. In fact, take that hero point back.
Sure.
Oh, and then I just killed your hero points.
Damn.
Nala was sitting in front of my keyboard, so I thought I was hitting one button, but I hit the button below it. And essentially halved
my hero
Cinder's
points.
Hero points. Okay, so Virmala is heading off towards the woods to look for trinkets hanging in the trees.
With the cats, see if we can pick up a scent again.
Okay. Now that the chest is empty, Mr. Kitty kind of looks very confused as he paws at the bottom of the chest. It's around this time you start to think of those, with some of the stuff that has been discussed, you start to think of those little scratch marks, almost like someone trying to avoid being dragged away.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That kid's not going to have any fingernails left.
Yeah, that would be bloody fingerprints or claw marks on the ground.
Depends on how long their fingernails were.
Okay, so I'm gonna detect magic on the chest. Now that the clothes are out, maybe something might show up.
And to specify, Felix, the claw marks are in the kind of the paint on the inside. They're not like those deep claw marks you might see in a horror movie. Kids usually don't have that sort of manicure.
Even someone without fingernails is gonna desperately claw until their fingers are bloody, but
Perhaps. In this case, there hasn't been any blood that you can see.
okay. Can I get outside now?
Yes, totally. I'm not stopping you.
Every time I say I'm going outside, you keep saying I'm back in the wagon.
No, I last time I told you caught sight of something on the wagon.
No. I keep trying to say I'm going to go search outside, and then you say Mr. Kitty's in the wagon again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were having Mr. Kitty check the bottom of the trunk.
No.
Now that the clothes were out. Before. But, okay, I apologize. You go outside. Mike. I'll go ahead and say that, yes, there does appear to be faint residual magic around the bottom of the trunk.
Classic boogeyman bullshit.
Okay, so Felix, you're outside. What are you doing outside?
Searching the edge of the camp with the Ramala.
Okay. Looking around the edge of the camp, you find nothing.
What?
Mr. Kitty and Nix.
They do not see anything of note, or they do not find anything of note either.
Oh. Nothing here. What about Vermala?
Virmala, you look around the edge of the camp looking for any symbols or anything hanging from the trees, and you do not find anything either.
Oh, shit. How do we get through the chest? We return to the wagon empty-handed. No leads around here.
All
Well,
right.
there's a magical aura on the bottom of the chest.
We open
Hey,
it.
do Fae fall under knowledge nature? I'm
think
not
so.
sure.
If you go
I-
into skills, your skills, and hit the red dot, it'll give a summary of what the skill encompasses.
Oh no, they
And in answer
don't.
to your question,
Oh
yes.
wait. Oh yes. Oh wait, yeah. Here we go. They do count as natural. The boogeyman is a natural phenomenon, part of our ecosystem.
Sure.
Our ecosystem fucking sucks.
Yeah. Galarian's weird. Let's see here. That is trained kind of animals. The hell? Recall knowledge. Okay, there we go. All right.
Sprinkle salt in the chest or something? I don't know. Maybe nail a cold iron spike through it.
Well, if they wanted to keep hostile Fae away, they should have put up iron horseshoes over their doors. So really, this is the parents' fault.
Let's see. One moment.
Damn it, Chesty. Stop eating people.
Chester. Chester's here.
No, not
oh, God.
Chester.
Oh.
Chesty from Fable.
Oh.
Yeah,
I see.
Chesty is a lot. Well, I mean, to be fair, he just wants friends.
Friends that he can keep forever and ever.
Exactly.
Grandma.
So, Charles, thinking
Mhm.
on your knowledge of the Fae, a lot of what Mike mentioned about boogeymen does seem to ring true. You also know that boogeymen have sort of 3 stages of being. There are weaker ones. Those are called. One moment.
Oh, is that the cool name?
Right? The weakest
You don't fuck
are
with the do-do-do-do-do's.
the weakest are bogies. The middling tier, I guess you could say, are bugaboo. And then, of course, the creme de la creme are the bogeyman.
I hope everyone who worked at Pathfinder double checked to make sure that none of these are racial slurs. Just saying. More worried.
Okay.
I like how we just still
Does-
have the fucking
does-
the freaking the random map still up Twitch.
So
Y'all wanted a
does
map.
Tuck
There's
know
a map.
Does Tuck know how we can track this thing?
Tuck, I'd say your knowledge would also know that while there may be singular boogeymen in smaller communities, a larger community might sport a number of them.
Ooh, shit. So this
Especially
town's
considering. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
And the thing you would know about their various stages of existence is that they get there by consuming frightened souls.
Mike can get behind that.
I thought you'd get around it because you'd consume it too.
I think I had cut somebody off who was saying something.
Okay, so still no information on how to track this thing.
Well, considering
Go ahead, Darren.
considering we're in a larger settlement and there might be more of them, a good place to start would be seeing if we can find another one of those symbols.
Ah. So do we have to go back into town?
And that's probably where they are. If they feed off of fear, then they would need people.
Yeah.
So we can ask the sheriff if there's any
Any
reports
missing
of missing
persons?
children.
Yeah, missing children, I guess. Best.
And do our own investigation for windowsills.
And I tell you what, these boogeymen are amateurs. See,
Lead me to him. I'll fireball him.
me and my mistress, we didn't have to hunt children. They just came to us.
Funny how many kids get drawn to a house of gingerbread in the middle of the woods.
Right?
Did you have that trail of treats going?
Yeah. I mean, it was that, or sometimes she would just like sing some weird enchanting song and children would get drawn there, kind of like in Hocus Pocus.
Right. Little children will take you away.
Yeah.
It was actually the theme song for the Ravenloft game I ran.
And then, sometimes it's just the parents' fault. You tell some brash young kid, stay away from the house that's, off in the woods. And naturally, they're going to go and investigate.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're just eating the naughty children.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
To the
Vermala
town.
said that she's marching to town. Everybody else heading to town?
Yep. And I will
Alright.
take Nyx with me.
Probably a good idea. Setting random fires probably isn't fun.
I beg to differ.
For everyone else,
You know what? I can count their screams as screams of joy.
So,
Take the Nurgle approach.
heading back into town, with your with what you have in mind, Michelle, you don't even have to look for an announcement board. There are in various places a number of missing persons posters. Like, you can think that there would be, you can imagine there would be a number of like missing persons posters in any urban environment, but there seem to be a lot more now that you're looking for it, and not just for kids.
It's kind of like in Derry, Maine, you know, every 20 some odd years or so when Pennywise wakes up. Or 40 years, I think.
Censored.
Answered.
Me and Nix are gonna go look
Bleep.
around the houses.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, we're just gonna go up and down the alleys and see if we can't see anything on the windowsills.
Alrighty.
Since you are looking for particular symbol or signs, go ahead and give me a perception.
I think Drew decent at that.
Can I give a perception check too? I'm just kind of looking around as we walk, just trying to.
I mean, I suppose. Is anybody doing anything other than looking at random streets and windows?
Well, I wasn't going random. I was kind of trying to do a, up and down, back and forth.
Up and down. Okay. But you're going along the various streets.
Yeah.
Search pattern. Certainly.
Yep. I figured I'd leave the talking to people to people who are better suited to that.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Speaking of talking to people, does anybody do that?
Yeah. I'm going to try to drum
We do
up
that.
some information.
Man, it's crazy, all these missing people. What the fuck, man?
Are you saying that around somebody, or?
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, gathering information, like, just...
Oh, that's
I
a
mean,
good
if there's
idea.
if there's a lot of people talking about, or, if there's a lot of people that have gone missing recently, people would probably be talking about it.
That is a
True.
very fair assessment. Don't need any sort of roll to know that your best bet as far as that would be to maybe check where places where people gather, like a market or taverns.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. Taverns. Or we can go talk to the cop. What was that? That
Bob?
John Walker bastard.
The constable.
Yeah.
Let me pull up her name here. One moment. Chief Constable Endera Pauldreen. So you go to the town center where their office is located. It is. Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and switch the sounds up a bit. Where the government offices are located. Felix, were you able to make that perception check, or?
I said you need to roll.
Ah, I'm sorry, I did not catch that. $14. It was
Okay.
almost 20.
Well, I guess if Cinder's with me, he can roll one too.
There you
What
go,
am I
Cinder.
Alright. What am I rolling?
Perception.
Okay. Can do.
Felix is making a search pattern through the streets looking for either the symbol or anything else that might be indicative of a.
Oh, hey!
Holy crap.
Good thing you dragged me
Nice.
along.
Oh, nice.
So a
Yeah.
cat, and a fox are walking down the street.
And
There's an item I want to get that acts like a Pokeball.
No. No. I will nuke myself with a fireball just to hit you with it if you try.
I think he means for his animal companions.
Yeah, why would I try to put Cinder in a
I don't know,
Pokeball?
we just talked about a cat and a fox walking together.
Well, I mean, Cinder is a firefox, so he's basically a Pokemon.
Yeah. Haven't you seen Delphox?
Jesus. Oh God, you're right, Vermala. A cat, a cat, a cat, a fox, and a bird, and a mushroom, and a halfling farmer.
Yeah, we got this whole adventure is just one mushroom farmer's freaking psychedelic mushroom trip.
Oh God.
Damn, you know it's really bad when Tuck out of all of us is the normal one.
Right?
I mean, I actually have, real practical job skills, unlike everyone else here.
Oh, right. Well, I'm about to shut down my computer,
Okay.
but
Sorry.
what did Cinder find?
So Cinder, as your search pattern takes you through an alley, you're about to hit the end of it. It's clear there's no windows that would go to any residence, so you're about to turn around when you spot a similar burnt symbol in the wall of the alley. And this is an alley that's closer to the city wall.
I'm gonna press it.
Okay. You
Nothing
press it.
happens.
No, nothing happens.
Detect magic.
It has a faint bit of residual magic, much like the one on the wagon. Much fainter, though. It looks like it's older.
I'm gonna grab Felix and point it out and say, "Hey, so I found another one of those symbols, but it's not where we thought it was gonna be. Kind of changes things."
Is there anything else around this wall that we can look at?
Looking around the area, it becomes immediately clear that this is a someone was sleeping here, at least at some point. There's a pile of softer refuse in a corner. Looks kind of like a nest. It's on top of, like, there's looking around you can see that there's like a bit of bedding that's set up. But it's like on some dragged wooden planks. There's a few items around that you could imagine could be propped up to create a sort of roof to keep out the rain, but not enough for,
Someone
say,
was
an
camping.
actual shelter.
Living on the street here, and they were abducted. Is there anything like a closet nearby? Maybe a sewer drain?
Yes, you do see a drain.
Can it be easily opened, or
It is a relatively large drain. Could be a child could probably fit, or a halfling, could probably fit down there. Definitely gives off some of those Dairy Maine vibes. Meanwhile,
Oh shit, we do got anyone who can fit down the drain. Oh, that's all go on me. Come on.
Case closed. All right, on to the next one.
Back at
Bacon
the
can sit down there.
back at the offices.
I'm gonna. I mean, we can name him Pennywise.
Oh God. Back at the offices. You have approached the central desk where there are a number of essentially admin assistants, scribes, just sort of sitting, taking people's numbers and so on. As your group approaches, the young man at the counter looks up and, oh, it's you! I remember you all. Oh, that was a great show last night, by the way. Great show.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to get the evening off. It was a excellent night. Perfect performance.
Thank you. Seems like you guys are pretty busy right now.
Just a typical humdrum life of bureaucracy in a city.
Oh, yeah?
Sorry, how can I help you? What, are you here for documents, to see someone? What?
Yeah, we'd like to speak to,
Andera Pauldreen.
Yeah. We'd like to speak to Andera Pauldreen.
Okay. I do have a bit of a wait. What is this regarding?
Missing persons. But tell her that we might have a lead on what's been going on.
Oh. Okay. One moment. He stands up, mutters something to an older woman who looks a little irritated that he left his desk. Once he speaks in her ear, her expression changes and she waves him on. And he disappears down the corridor that eventually leads to Pauldreen's office. And it's not too long later that he comes back with Derek Stellet, who doesn't have his more characteristic smile.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Up.
He actually has a much more grim expression.
Oh, so he's in like episode 2 or 3 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The pressure's starting to build, and he's getting the 5 o'clock shadow. Starting to realize that the job he took on isn't as glorious as he thought it would be.
Lordy.
Anyway, good show. He arrives in the. So you think you might have a lead? He kind of looks over at the assistant. Oh yeah, sorry. Great show. Goes back to his desk. All right, come with me. Andera will see you right now.
All right.
And you are led back to the offices without having to wait hours.
Damn right.
And eventually, you are led into Andera's office. There seems to be some kind of merchant fellow in there, and she looks up an expression of a mixture of relief and pensiveness on her face as she. Sorry, my appointment's here. We'll have to talk another time. Say next week. Busy schedule. Okay, bye. And Derricus leads the merchant out of the office. I'll be outside, ma'am. And, yeah. He closes the door behind you all. Who all is in the office? I'm assuming Mike and Tuck.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom while you guys do
as
that
the
then.
nature expert, and I also brought alongside some prop glasses that I can adjust to see more intelligence while I do my presentation on what clues we found and why it's definitely some form of boogeyman.
Okay. So Virmala, Tuck, and Mike, with Cinder and Felix out in the streets, checking out the sewer entrance or the drainage thing. Okay. So Pauldrine. So I hear you may have a lead.
Yep. And you're not gonna like it.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh,
Yay!
welcome.
I fell asleep.
Oh dear.
Are we? We're not live, are we?
We are. We
Yeah.
are very live. So Andera looks at you all and so the way he described it, we haven't exactly. Well, all right. I suppose it's not too terribly difficult to deduce. But how did you come upon our troubles here? I would have thought you would have been a bit too busy with your circus.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the troubles here have extended to our own. There's a child missing from one of our, from some of our folks.
I see.
Now let me put up a few facts that we have discovered, and how they might match up with a certain feller.
She looks up as Tuck. I don't think prestidigitation will create a whiteboard, but it can certainly let you write on walls.
Actually, it will.
Oh no.
It does actually allow me to create a whiteboard.
Oh,
Wait, what?
I know
It
allows...
looks like a fake whiteboard, but it does work.
I thought it was only small objects that it can emulate.
Negligible bulk made of congealed magical substance. So a whiteboard is really thin, so it's of negligible bulk.
Okay. All right. Fine. All right.
I just
so
want to do a Glenn Beck crazy
God.
presentation. Why anyone asking
I am
where are
living
the
for this.
boogeymen?
All right. Go ahead. Do your Give us your presentation, Tuck.
So,
I hand out business
Buckethead
cards.
frantically scrabbles like a series of circles, pointing out all the commonalities. Why isn't anyone asking this? It's a simple question. Everyone knows boogeyman are real. Ask any kid. They all know they're real. And but no one's asking questions. Who's covering up? Why? The answer is simple. It's the boogeyman. They came up with their own name just to sound so ridiculous that we wouldn't even think to look for them. It all makes sense. And that 10-minute gadget about Sonny Sosa in the mail room is like kind of irrelevant, but generally speaking, he gets his point across.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
I was convincing as he could be, but
What our colleague is basically trying to say is we found evidence that actually, yes, it is indeed the works of a boogeyman. You have a lot of people in this town who have disappeared without a trace, correct?
Yes, yes. More than one would regretfully say is normal in a
Yeah.
city.
So, we happened upon this when we were investigating the wagon where the child that's missing stays. We discovered a very strange symbol on the outside below the window, followed by claw marks that were leading to a clothes trunk, of all things. Now, you might think that's a little weird, but the bottom of the clothes trunk radiates magic, as does the symbol that's marked below the window.
And his siblings said that he was terrified of the things underneath the bed. He was asking for the top bunk.
Ah, yes, exactly. Boogeymen and their like feed off of fear. They wouldn't just snatch people right out, out of the blue for no reason. They have to drum up fear first in order to feed. I'm pretty sure that if you investigate and you ask some of the people whose friends and family are missing, they'll all have similar stories about something being not right.
And the symbol, what did the one near the wagon look like?
This one I'm
I
drawing
draw
like
it
you
on the
corner.
whiteboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of our colleagues are around town looking for matching symbols. But it looks like
It was
you
an
have,
upside down.
it looks like you might have a group of these things. Oh yeah. An insomnia of boogeymen.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Thank you.
Take your point there. Adding to the lore. Adding to the lore. I like it. Meanwhile, back at the alleyway, Cinder and Felix. Felix, you notice that while, perhaps you also see a claw marks in the stone. Definitely not belonging to a child. And while maybe a child could fit in that drain, Cinder, your still active detect magic does detect a very similar residual magic to what you saw at what was seen at the bottom of the trunk.
Nope.
Granted,
Nope.
you weren't the one
Nope.
who cast that spell that time, but you heard about it, so there you go.
Nope.
Or you could just say I casted it back then too, just to freaking be safe.
So the
I just didn't, whatever.
drain probably
Either way,
doesn't lead.
Sorry, go ahead.
So the drain probably doesn't lead to the layer, but it's more like a portal.
Right. Probably they're acting as a It's probably what allows the boogeyman to teleport.
Right.
You have to have some sort of. You have to have some sort of opening or something like that.
All right. Let's mark this on our map and then see if we can't find any more.
Right.
If we can
Oh
get
yeah.
enough of them, we can try and triangulate the position.
Yeah. Now that we know for certain what the magical presence of the portal is, we can frickin' just essentially keep the detect magic cantrip going and just continue looking.
Okay. Gazlo, it's around this time that you come out of your daze. You've been kind of lost in thought, just kind of
Okay, that works.
surprisingly quiet.
I'm so fucking high right now.
All these squares make a circle.
Dude, I told you that
Oh,
wasn't
God.
actual weed in that bag. That's why I wasn't there with you, man. Like,
Guys, show me I don't have to be in this room right now.
Well, you're not in a room. You're in a dark alleyway.
Yeah.
So a lot better.
Live, everybody.
So just to catch you up there, Gazlo, the party has been investigating the disappearance of one of the Featherfall Five, the youngest 9-year-old child, who disappeared from the wagon he shares with his older brother. The clues found thus far included a symbol kind of burnt below the outer window, into the outside of the wagon, below the windowsill. Signs that perhaps the child was dragged from bed and into the trunk. And theories have gone about that it is a boogeyman, since they are known to go from closet to closet and bed to bed, and a trunk is the closest thing to a closet in the circus wagons. I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom. We'll call this a break.
Right.
Well, we're almost ready to wrap up for this particular session, but one moment.
Really, you got to hand it to these boogeymen. They, using a trunk is pretty good improvising.
Yeah. And we are streaming again. I
Yeah, give me
apologize
the-
for that delay.
Yeah.
So
Me, bro.
I will map. There you go. You get a map. Okay. So, yeah, Gazlo. They, without not finding any further clues in the area, they did realize that in a larger city there might be more boogeymen, and so they started to investigate the city itself. And because I like things to be a little bit even, and having Gazlo in a social situation is probably not optimal for an investigation. You dazedly walked along with Felix and Cinder, and you're just kind of snapping to with vague recollections of boogeymen, and now you're in an alleyway, and Cinder and Felix are looking very concernedly at a sewer drain.
All right, let's go look for some more.
One sec. So, well, we think we might know that this might not be, one of the, entrances to the lair. I think I'd rather just, check it out just to be safe, and I'm gonna pull out Niblet. Say, I'm really sorry, dude, but I need to go down this drain. Tell us if there's anyone down there that looks like...
Niblet gives you the, I'm not sure if you can see this in the, there you go. Niblet's little arms kind of crossed together in a very rude gesture.
Okay, I see it.
And Niblet heads off into the sewer. Coming back probably a little sooner than a proper investigation would entail. But Niblet does return, angrily chittering at you.
Did they find anything or no?
Angrily chittering at you like you sent them down into a filthy sewer for nothing.
Oh. Well, I mean, it was nothing for him. It was important for us. Thanks, dude.
Niblet holds out his paws, expecting a treat.
I'm gonna sigh and frickin' put my hand into a back pocket and pull out a couple of nuts and hand them to him.
All right, let's go already.
All right.
I'm gonna kind of me and Niblet are both gonna instantly look at the same time, just kind of faces gonna snap and give him a dirty look. This is an important transaction. Mind your own business.
Felix, where are you planning to go?
Continue the good search.
Continuing the search. Okay. Back at the office. So creatures that can come out of the places that people are scared of. Feed on fear. And what else did you say they can do? This was directed
I think
at...
good at rotating tires on cars, but I don't think that's going to be coming to play.
Turns out that's going to be the main thing.
It's going to be that one clue.
Just one more thing.
We're going to find out they've been kidnapping people not to eat their souls, but because they have to do the rest of the mechanic work, because all they can do is rotate the tires.
Oh, man.
Yeah, for all I know, they could be deploying them to child labor camps.
We're going to bust this Jiffy Lube wide open.
I need a new transmission. All right.
Anyways, back to the conversation.
Mm-hmm. So, what else do they do?
What else do they do? They teleport through...
Well, she had only touched on teleportation and feeding on fear.
yeah. They go ahead and after and afterwards they've managed to get them afraid enough they consume souls. It's how they grow.
That adds a somewhat more disturbing layer than previous hypotheses. Okay, well, if you are looking into this, here are a few of the streets. She brings out a map, which I do not have,
Damn it.
of the city, and kind of draws out an outline around a portion of the city that some of the disappearances have taken place in. I will send Stallet with you to aid you as he can. And I will see if any of our more learned members of this city can provide any clues to these matters. Thank you very much for bringing this to my attention.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it... I almost wish it was human trafficking.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
We can make that happen if you like.
It would be. That is a solution.
So yeah, the boogeyman can't feed on people if we're trafficking all the people away.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And that's how the circus became slavers.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I'm aiming
Moral slavers.
Yeah.
No.
Also the sick prophets.
And in
No.
alternate
They're
universe,
still alive. They can still be taken. We should just kill them all.
If I
Yeah.
tell
Once
from
we
an
chain
illicit
them, and that way it's hard to kill.
All right. So you have a general.
You know, seriously. Virmala is going to turn to her and say, I don't think we're done yet. I think you're going to need us.
well,
I assumed
So-
you weren't going to stop looking for the child.
Right, but what I'm saying is we need to have open communication.
Of
This seems like a lot of moving parts. This doesn't seem like it's just one creature doing this. This is a lot of people missing.
well, I think
Does
that's the
anyone
reason
have
why U.S. agent is coming with us. To act as a liaison.
That
Does
is true.
anyone have a message stone or a sending stone?
Some way to communicate with the other three. Sorry. To Virmala, Pauldrine nods, and I agree wholeheartedly. That is why Dalit is going to be accompanying you. He will help you get past any bureaucratic red tape that is within the constabulary's power to get past.
You really think they got enough to do what we need to do?
For investigation, certainly. If you
Are we detectives now?
You're not there.
You're not-
You're not there.
Oh.
Yep, looks like
If
Slams
you-
his corncob badge on the desk. Don't know what it's like out there.
All right, rein it in there, Gazlo. Gazlo. Rambles, seriously.
Wait,
Mission Impossible?
Yeah, I was being serious.
okay.
So, if you need to act with haste, he is of high enough rank. He can acquire any nearby constabulary for his needs.
I'm sure he'll be just fine.
As long as he doesn't run into people who can kick his ass, and then he'll be like, they weren't even super soldiers.
All right. Sounds like a
So
very
if your
interesting
mom
story.
nods and starts walking out, and as we're walking out of the building, I look down at Mike and I say, "You keep 2 eyes on that fucker right there."
No. It's gonna be at least 3.
I don't trust.
I mean, we're circus folk. We don't trust anybody who's not circus folk, especially the
Nah,
law,
in particular him. He's just so smimey.
right? And then I turn over to him like nothing personal about it.
I feel like I should be heard, but okay.
Start looking for our friends.
Are we able to find any more symbols?
Well, real quick, I do want to know, does anybody have any way of communicating with either Gazlo, Cinder, or Felix?
I mean, we've got.
I could do a sound burst.
Yeah, we've got the clown signal. She can sound burst.
Oh, I see what
you're saying. No. Yeah, it's like Vermala can use sound burst to make a giant, clown, and they can follow.
I mean, yeah, that is technically something you could do. Just keep doing that every now and then to see if Gazlo's
I can
nearby.
actually have a circus symbol. It's like I can create an illusory object, and it can be like that signal.
It's the clown signal.
Yeah, and
the clown signal.
And it'll just be like, ooh, or like in the Thundercats.
So, Felix, as you depart, you continue on your search pattern, and you, the next time you find that symbol, it's not burnt into a wall or beneath a windowsill. It's actually drawn on what appears to be a flyer of some kind. Piece of parchment just glued to a wall, with a question below. What does it mean?
Oh shit.
So someone else is noticing these.
Well, I guess can I take the flyer off the wall and bring it with us?
Yep.
Right.
Written kind of at the bottom in much tinier, finer print. If you have information, please speak.
Just please speak.
To Phineas
Where?
Gibb.
Phineas Gibb. Sounds like a gnome.
All right. Well, continue the search.
How do you know it's a gnome?
I didn't say it was a gnome. I just said it sounded like a gnome.
You know, just stereotyping an entire fantasy race.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that how it's done? They have entire freaking suggested name sections.
That's
I knew
true.
an orc named Joseph.
Meanwhile, I'm continuing the search.
Okay. So,
I think we should probably go talk to Phineas Gibb.
You can go talk to Phineas Gibb.
I don't think we should split up further.
all right.
I'm going this way.
Besides, I'm kind of afraid of being left alone with the clown.
All right. So you
Clown
follow.
Swindler.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna follow Felix.
Sounds good. So,
I follow
Felix,
afterward.
you are continuing to search.
There's got to be more than just the one symbol file.
Yes. though you are searching through an entire city, and yeah, you have a pattern. There's just a lot to go through
Right.
in this fashion without without clear direction, if that makes sense.
Right.
Essentially, you're searching up and down a mansion, but possibly having more information could at least narrow it down to a particular wing, if not a room. Does that make
Wait,
sense?
what?
Sorry, I was trying to use an analogy, and I failed miserably.
Next stop, North 185th Street.
I'm not looking for the area. No areas that might be outliers.
Okay, I'm just saying you have no direct. So you're searching in a search grid, but a city is huge, and you have no idea whether there's parts of the city that were hit more frequently or not. That's what I'm saying. If you had more direction, you would have a better chance of coming across what you're looking for. So it is, yes, there is very likely to be more than just one symbol. However, you don't know where to look necessarily.
I know this. How many can we find while we're finish their talk?
All right, and I was describing how you found the written one, and then you kept moving on.
Yes.
Okay.
Next stop, 180th.
One moment. Okay. Traveling down another street that is a more residential lane, you do spy another symbol underneath a windowsill.
All right. I'm gonna mark it on my map and continue on.
Okay. The other group. How are you going to try and meet back up with Felix, Gazlo, and Cinder?
Well, assuming that they would be going, that their search pattern would be somewhat predictable, we can try to intercept them.
I look at Tuck. Tuck, you have to have a treat for Mr. Kitty in your pocket.
Tuck sighs and pulls out a simple, humble 40-pound watermelon.
Mr. Kitty's at the circus.
Yeah,
It's Nyx.
Nyx is with Felix.
Sorry, Nyx.
It just pulls out a bag of cat treats and just rattles the bag.
Just keep rattling it while we walk.
Halfway across the city, you see Nyx just suddenly stop and turn.
If only there was a flying leshy that could soar above the crowds and look for a 3-armed clown, a fox, and 2 cats, one bipedal and one on all fours. That's a bit smoky. If only there was something along those lines.
Going.
Okay. So.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I yell for them.
What? You yell for them?
Yes, I yell their names out. Like a mom calling the kids in at the end of the day when the street lights are on.
All right, and
something's weird. Like Bacon doesn't have stats anymore.
Oh.
I could have sworn I had a Bacon build on here. Well,
Yeah,
doesn't
like,
matter.
I've
Doesn't
got,
matter.
I've got
We
a
know.
Bookmark.
Doesn't matter right now. We know Bacon flies. We can worry about that later. We know Bacon flies. We know Bacon can talk. That's what's important.
And that her voice sounds exactly like Keith David's for some reason.
Wanda. Okay. So do you send Bacon out?
Oh yeah, I do. Even though Bacon, thinks it's a little bit beneath her dignity, but she still does it because she's good.
Okay. So Virmala, you rolled really well on that intimidation. Tuck,
Next stop.
we're just going to use your perception. I know that's technically not Bacon's perception, but let's just use your perception until we can get Bacon fixed.
Right.
And Cinder, Gazlo, and Felix, and Nyx, I suppose. We'll have you make perception checks to see if you hear Virmala before Bacon spies you all.
Oh yeah, give me that. I'm gonna be useful.
23 on Nyx. And Nat 20 on Felix.
Damn.
Third one of the night.
Felix's ears twitch, hearing a very familiar and very loud voice.
Next stop.
Calling for. Actually, what are you calling out, Virmala?
I'm calling out Felix! Cinder! Gaz! Come on! It's time to meet up!
Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Bird bad.
Over and over, repeat bird.
We're about to get 10 across the ass.
I would be, 5 across the eyes, but, I'm irritated because I can't reach them.
I do a quick whistle and get Nyx's attention. And then just start heading back towards the group.
Okay.
Tap Cinder on the shoulder real quick. See if guys notice me.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take that long to converge upon one another. A lot of people in the city are looking very alarmed at the various shouts Virmala is making. And it has formed a, in more crowded portions of the city as you guys are converging on one another. It does kind of give you guys a bit of a corridor as people avoid being too close to you.
Oh, that makes it easier. Thank you all very much. You're very hospitable.
You're welcome.
And then I nudge the guy who's with us and say, see, your people behave better than you do.
I'm not sure what I did to deserve that, but okay.
So
Just being around her.
And eventually you meet up near a fountain. You meet up together.
Yay! We're reunited.
And it feels so good.
You know
I bring out my my map and Well, we found some more marks here and here. This one was a street urchin. Got abducted. This one was on a house. And we found this note with a name at the bottom.
A name on the bottom.
Seems like there's someone else that's investigating this a bit. Should probably go speak to them. Phineas Glib or Gib?
Gib.
Gib. Most likely a gnome. Could just be, random person. But we'll find that out here soon. What did you guys find anything out? I see we have someone new to our group. Well, maybe not new, but seems like we definitely have added to the party.
Yeah, we went to go talk to the cops about this, and we managed to get a map about some of the other, showing some of the other sightings of the symbol.
Well, what do we want to do next? I say go talk to Phineas.
But we don't know where Phineas is.
It's true.
All eyes trying to look at the house.
Can we go back to the area where we found it and ask people?
Yeah, wouldn't the poster, like, if it said ask or speak with them about it, you'd think he'd like have an address or something.
Does our cop guy know who this is?
Yeah, it does have a symbol. Looks like a kind of logo. Sorry, one moment. It's kind of a little triangle symbol with a few items in the center of it. Like a crystal ball is one of them. What appears to be an exotic dish. And a odd-looking toy. And
wait, these are.
It's a little.
Sorry,
symbol.
these. Okay.
I'm not done describing. Thank you.
Sorry.
And around it, it says Phineas's Fantastic Fair. But not like a fair, like a festival, but fair.
FARE.
Yep. And I do apologize. Did somebody show Felix the map?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick message to you, David. There you go.
Yeah, I already mentioned that. I figured there's street reported missing.
Next stop, North 115th Street, Northwest.
You mentioned what you had found. I'm referring to the correlation. Does that make sense?
I already put 3 and 2 that.
Okay, well, that's great. I'm just letting you know what Felix noticed looking at the map that they had brought you.
Okay. And I point out on the map that I found 9% here, and then ask the top guy if he knows who the Phineas Gibbs person is.
I missed that last part. You asked the cop guy what? Not
If
sure
he
why.
knows who Phineas Gibbs is.
Oh. Okay, that wasn't what I was referring to, but okay. Yes, eccentric merchant. He was one of the earlier people who came and reported a missing person. His assistant went missing.
Can you take us to him?
Of course. And that is where we will stop today.
Okie dokie.
Next stop, 100 Street.
Okay. So we'll pick this up next week. And, yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, the mystery is on. You have your clues.
Freaking boogeymen are menace, man, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I need a bowler hat. Because I can't wear the other one because I'm Watson, so I have to have the bowler hat.
Oh, God.
Sherlock.
So not the deer stalker. The deer stalker for the deer stalker. All right. Well, let's see who we have. So Anna Mosey, Erica FNBR, Six Flags Magic Mountain. If you are actually watching, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We will be back next week. And does anybody have anything they want to plug?
Not at the moment. Kind of in between projects right now, so.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
All right. So in that case, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you next week. And take it away, Gaz. Okay. Goodbye.
Boy.
Oh boy.